If you are applying for a PhD or master's degree by research, or if you're already into the program, this video is for you. In today's video, I will talk about how to do a PhD or master's degree by research work. I'm going to use biological sciences, for example, biochemistry, which I'm doing or I did as an example. So my name is Dr. Benedict. Before you may want to subscribe to my channel. Having been accepted to do a PhD or master's in a university and having had or been accepted by a supervisor, now you have secured a supervisor and there is funding and there is everything, or school fees, everything is paid. The first thing you would do is to write a proposal. So before you write a proposal, you already have idea of the research area you want to delve into or the topic. Then it requires you to read plenty of literatures to identify gaps in the literature in that area. Then you start writing the proposal. In that proposal, you will state the problems, the rationale of doing the studies, hypotheses, the methodologies that you will use, the aims and objectives of the study, the expected results, something like that. So by the time you are done writing the proposal, you definitely send it to your supervisors who will edit it, and then you make necessary corrections. Once that is done, it has to be sent to the faculty higher degree committee. This committee will assess the proposal to see if it meets up the requirements for the department, or it adds new knowledge to science, or it will, like it's a proposal, we don't know. Once that is done and is approved, before I forget, there is what is called ethical clearance. If your study you use animals or some other stuff, you need ethical clearance. Your proposal will also be assessed by a faculty subcommittee for ethics, who will also approve it or disapprove that. Once your proposal is approved and everything is fine, then you need to defend your proposal. At UJ, what we usually do is that's what we call journal club. We do it every Friday, where students and staff they present papers, thesis, proposal, etc. Here you have to prepare a PowerPoint presentation where you will present a proposal to the staff and students, and then they will query you, why did you select this project? What are you expecting to get from this experiment or this research? So the next step will be the experiment proper. Like if you're in the biochemistry department, you know what I'm saying, or the experiment part is to me, is the most difficult part. In fact, the cruise of the whole project is the most rigorous part. You try experiment and it's not working, you do it again, you try again, you fail, you rise up, you try, this protocol is not working, you try another experimental techniques, is not working. So at the end of the day, by the time, this will take years, by the time you're done with the project, definitely you must have collected or gathered enough data that you will use to write your thesis. Every end of semester, you will send what is called the progress report to the faculty for them to assess your progress. Also, if you are being sponsored by external funders or you have external scholarship, you will send the yearly progress report to them. So by the time you're done with experiments, you must have had data that you will prepare, arrange your data, label your figures, and when you believe everything is fine, like as I said, this is a very, very difficult part of this journey. There are several attributes you need to have for you to really pass through this stage. Patience, perseverance, attention to details. You have to think critically, you have to be hardworking for you to really scale this step. Once the experiment is done, the next step will be to write up your thesis. To write up thesis is second most difficult part after the experiment to me, because now, first of all, what I did was then I have to fragment my work into chapters. I make a bullet points, and then I had a meeting with my supervisors. At this stage, you guys have to be on the same page. You have to agree for the flow or how many chapters the thesis will have, or the flow of the write-up. So here, once everybody agrees, then they start writing. Your findings, you have to back them up with literature, other findings in the field, or if it's a new or novel finding, you have to state it in your thesis. So by the time you are done with the writing, your supervisors have to also go through it and edit it. Sometimes it takes it's a back and forth stuff. Personally, I like it to be done draft by draft. What I mean is like chapter by chapter. You can decide, you and your supervisor, if they want to edit your thesis chapter by chapter, or if they want to edit the whole thesis. So once you are done writing the thesis and it's corrected, then it is sent to the faculty. The faculty will then send the thesis to the examiners or external examiners that have been selected and approved by your supervisor. This is kind of a waiting period. For PhD here in South Africa, the requirement is 2 external examiners, examiners that are outside Africa, and then 1 from South Africa. So these examiners, I didn't even know mine. Like, it's kind of secret thing between the supervisor and the faculty. So now, by the time, I think the faculty usually give them a time frame. I don't know if it's 2 months or 1 month, I can't remember. So this period, you don't know what to feel, you don't know how to feel. All your effort now is in the hand of people who don't even know you, who don't even know how much effort you have put into this project. They don't even know these things. They just mark you based on your thesis before them. So you just pray and hope that it comes back successful. So by the time it comes back, and then if you pass, boom, that's it. And then in my department, having received that, you also have to defend your thesis. Now we have done the experiments. Then in your presentation, definitely there will be a lot of questions and what are your findings, and then how do you think that these findings can better humanities, or have it added a novel knowledge to the existing knowledge, or something like that. For example, for PhD, it has to be novel. If everybody is happy, is approved by the faculty, the staff, and everybody is happy with your thesis and with your marks that has come back, then boom, is the graduation. Then you graduate, and then that's it. Another thing I'd like to add is here, your findings need to be published in the peer-reviewed journal article. So, so that other people can see your work. It can be published online so that people can read your work and then use it to develop their own as well. So, science is all about sharing of knowledge. Subscribe to my channel. You may need to watch my previous video where I spoke about my challenges in the faculty and in school and the university. So you may need to look at them and then take it from there. Subscribe and like.